Have you ever wondered what really happened at the Tower of Babel and why this story continues to intrigue so many people throughout the centuries? If you want to discover a perspective based on scripture, subscribe to our channel now and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content. The Tower of Babel is one of the biblical accounts that arouses the most curiosity and debate. Although widely known, this narrative is often the subject of interpretations and assumptions that stray from its true biblical context. In this video, we will explore this fascinating story, clear up misunderstandings, and deepen our understanding of the spiritual and historical significance of this remarkable event. Although the expression Tower of Babel is widely used, it does not appear literally in the biblical text. The city of Babel, described in Genesis chapter 11, had a tower whose purpose was to reach the heavens. The term Babel has a double meaning, in Akkadian gate of God, in Hebrew confusion. The latter is especially significant because God, by intervening, confused the languages and scattered the people throughout the earth, giving rise to the diverse languages and cultures of mankind. After the flood, mankind began to repopulate the earth, and it was in this context that Nimrod, Noah's great-grandson, established the kingdom of Babel. Described as the first mighty one on earth, Genesis 10:8, he founded several cities, including Babel, on the fertile plain of Shinar. This centralization contradicted God's command to fill the earth. The construction of the city and the tower not only represented an act of urban organization, but also symbolized self-sufficiency and defiance of God's command. The motivation for building the tower was rooted in pride and self-sufficiency, with the goal of making a name for the people and preventing their dispersion. This ambition reflected the human desire to achieve glory on their own and ignore God's promise that he would no longer flood the earth. The tower's design thus became a symbol of resistance to the command to spread out across the earth, revealing a lack of faith in divine providence. The lack of stone on the plain of Shinar led the builders to use clay bricks and bitumen, a strong and impermeable mortar. Such techniques were common in Mesopotamian ziggurats, stepped pyramid-shaped structures with a sanctuary at the top, which symbolized the connection between heaven and earth. The Tower of Babel, with its top touching the heavens, was not only an imposing construction, but also a demonstration of skill and determination to achieve ambitious goals. The exact location of the Tower of Babel is a matter of debate. One leading theory suggests that the tower may have been the Etemenanke ziggurat in Babylon, dedicated to the god Marduk. Another hypothesis points to the Temple of Nabu in Borsippa, near Babylon. Despite several suggestions, there is no definitive confirmation of the exact location. The search for the exact location of the tower invites us to understand more deeply the ancient Mesopotamian civilizations and the complexity of their history. The Tower of Babel symbolizes human ambition and disobedience to God. By banding together to make a name for themselves, the builders sought self-glory, resisting God's command. In response, God intervened, confusing the languages and scattering humanity. Spiritually, this story is a warning about the dangers of pride and self-sufficiency, highlighting the importance of aligning our actions with God's will. The confusion of the languages event had a global reach, leading to the dispersion of peoples and the emergence of different nations, cultures, and languages. This division not only disrupted the Tower project, but also marked the beginning of linguistic and cultural diversity. This pivotal point in human history emphasizes divine sovereignty and the purpose of diversity as part of God's plan. One of the remaining mysteries is what language humanity spoke before the confusion of the languages. While some theorize that Hebrew may have been the original language, there is no concrete evidence to confirm this. The Bible does not reveal this information, focusing more on the lessons of humility and obedience that the story of Babel teaches us, rather than emphasizing linguistic details. The Tower of Babel is not just a story about a tower, but a powerful lesson about pride, obedience, and God's sovereignty over human plans. The event reminds us that despite the differences that separate us, we are all part of God's plan. If you want to continue exploring accounts like this and learn more about biblical teachings, subscribe to our channel. Join us to unravel the meanings of sacred stories and seek wisdom to apply in your daily life.